Can't really move it, I guess.
Go like that a bit.
Yeah, I guess.
Ooh, what's going on, YouTube? It's the best show on a Friday night. Welcome to Hockey Stick Talk Nation with me, your host, Dan, and my two very special guests making their debut tonight on the Hockey Stick Talk Nation show, the Pack Bros.
What's up,
going
everybody?
on, fellas?
Dan, thank you for having us. Happy to be here.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody in chat.
If you guys haven't, their links in the description. Definitely go give them a sub up and watch their stuff. It's great. You will not be disappointed, let me tell you. They pull some fire, and it's just two normal dudes working with their hard-working money and buying stuff for you guys to see. So definitely go check it out. I do recommend them both. And before we start the show, we definitely got to give a shout-out to our sponsor. And we have a special little shout-out for him this week as well. We got to get back here. Bear with me. We're all over the place. Computer's a little slow. There we go. So let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Tsunami Hockeycards on eBay. If you guys haven't, if you use the code DMHockey88 for 25% off your first purchase. And also, until October 31st, we have Tsunami Halloween 24 with 15% off on all inventory until the 31st. And I just want to give a big shout out because he was part of the storm in Florida and Tampa Bay, and he made it out okay. We want a big shout out to his family for everyone's safe and all that. So we're thinking about you and glad everything's safe. And to the two people that used my code and bought something from him, I really appreciate you guys. That is very grateful of you because any money that can go to him right now helps rebuild what they've lost. So thank you to the two that really bought something. I appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's dive in and let's give our shout out to our chat here. And we'll start off with Barry, what's going on? Your popcorn is already in the microwave. Go get it. We have Robert Springs, one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. So thank you, Robert. We have a good friend of mine, Diggett. He's probably going to lose in fantasy hockey this week. So to me, sorry, Dig, but you're just not good enough. Zach's Collection is a good friend of mine. What's going on, Zach? We have Vince, sports card ripping teacher. Definitely go check out Vince's stuff. Really great stuff over there. We have Budget Rips. Thanks for coming, Budget. We have my brother all the way from England, another Rangers fan, probably the second biggest Rangers fan, Goza. What's going on, buddy? And I think that's about it for right now. More will start trickling in. So what's going on, guys? What's new with you? How's your Friday night going?
Not bad. I mean, happy to be here. Actually, ironically, you caught us on a week where we're not breaking as much because we have a show in the Mississauga area we're going to be setting up at and setting up a booth and trying to recover some funds so we can do more videos because opening it is one thing, selling it's another thing. So
that's true.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you guys seen this here, but I think this might be one of your lovely fans.
Oh, there's Mackenzie. Yeah,
that's one of Chris's.
Mackenzie's. She's been one of my best friends for like over 10 years. That's cool. Hi, Mackenzie. Thanks for watching.
What's going on, Mackenzie? Thanks for coming. We have Christina Payne, one of the best in the business. She'll drop some people's links in there for us. So we always want to give a big shout out to Christina. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it so much. Dig, I recognize these two.
Awesome. We appreciate you, Dig. That's
Thanks,
great.
Dig.
Hopefully good stuff is what you've seen, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying hello to everyone in the chat. So we'll get started here. So you guys are setting up a booth. It must be a hockey show.
It's a sports card show in general, probably a little bit of TCG as well. But yeah, we're setting up a booth. It's our third time setting up a booth.
It's our third time, yeah. It'll be my second time.
Yeah.
You've done one solo. We did one together. and this will be our second one together. Yeah.
Awesome.
Trying to work up our way. There's a big Toronto show at the Toronto International Center twice a year. The Expo is what they call it, and we're hoping to work our way up to have a booth there one day, but step by step, because that's a pretty pricey venture. We're slowly getting there.
We have CCB with the greatest comment so far tonight. What's going on, Dan and the Sedin twins?
We're not twins, but thank you.
I've got a lot growing up. A lot. People always think we're twins. We're like, no, we're like 5 years apart.
5 years apart, yeah.
Yeah.
We always got jokes here with CCB. And then we got Barry saying the all beard panel.
That's true.
Yes, that is true,
Barry.
Barry.
For that. He used to be like the bearded guy.
Yeah, actually,
we got one of our first like fan mails we got. Someone made a custom card, and it was just there. Just
hold on, I'll put you guys up on the big screen here.
A mega beard pull card.
That's awesome.
From
Campbell,
the Campbell family.
Yeah.
Campbell
That's
family.
awesome.
They were one of our first subscribers, and they do custom cards. And I think one of the kids actually made this card for me. It was really awesome. And then you could actually see on the back, it's on a Pokemon card, but it even says 1 of 1 back in 2021.
That is awesome.
Really cool to get. Yeah.
That's what you love to see, though. You love when fans send you like custom stuff, because that just makes you feel great inside.
It's honestly, it feels amazing, but it's also so weird for us because we honestly started the channel we were going to open stuff anyways together. So we're like, you know what, why not throw it on YouTube and see what happens? And now we're over 1,000 subscribers, and
we got the chat trying to break me like they do every day.
That's funny.
They try to break me every stream, and it works. Funny. I tell you,
that's hilarious.
But no, definitely thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. We've been working behind the scenes trying to get this to happen for quite a while, and it just kind of lined up, so it worked out perfect.
Definitely, no, happy to be here, and I mean the chat's nice and active, so it's great to see that we're.
They're a fun chat here. So while we got the chat going here, we have 13 in the chat right now, which is great. So thank you all for coming, and everyone who's just watching too. We thank you. But I'm going to throw up something up here, and we got a little hit or miss, something new on the channel this week. So we got hit or miss for the Four Nations jerseys. What are your guys' thoughts on these jerseys? Are they a hit or a miss? We'll start with our guests here with the Pack Bros.
Chris, you go first.
Well, just judging from these 4 pictures you have up here, because I haven't looked at these jerseys at all yet. Maybe Robbie can pull up all 4 of them so I can take a better look. Number 1, the Canada one. I like that one. That's a hit. The US one. You got it there. Let me see this. Okay. Canada one, hit. US, awful. Suomi is Finland?
Finland, yeah.
I kind of like that one, but I'm a sucker for blue. So that's kind of biased. And that's Sweden?
Yeah.
That was all right. I like the Canada one the most, for sure. US has some work to do. You got to do better than just the letters USA.
But that's the most US thing they could do is just put the USA.
It is the most US thing you can do. I expect nothing less of US, but also be better. Add some stars in there or something. You have how many stars do you have in your flag?
Yeah.
And you have 0 on your jersey. Fix it.
Definitely.
So overall, I would say miss, but Canada, I do like Canada. That one's a nice one.
I can understand why some people don't like the Canada one because it's a little bit more cartoony than a clean look. But I like it because it's something different. Actually, we don't often agree, but I agree with Chris. I like all of them. The US one is just plain and boring, though. So
yeah, there's no flair to it.
They could do a bit more.
Do something. It's the Four Nations face-off.
That's my opinion. I can see how some people are going to say the Team Canada one looks like a Tim Hortons jersey or like that it looks like a little animated, but I like that they switched it up a little bit. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I like that they went back to the red. I find they use black so much.
Yeah, you're right.
I like that they went back to the red.
You're right. For sure. I agree. I forgot about them going through that black phase. And sorry to interrupt you, Dan. Dig it. Yes, it is an Ontario volleyball patch. I saw that comment. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Dig doesn't miss anything.
That's a.
What about you guys in the chat? What are your thoughts? Hit or miss on these jerseys? Let us know in the chat. We'll continue watching through as we go through here.
Putting
But yeah,
50
hit or
stars on
miss.
the jersey would be like wearing a giant clock on a chain. Number one, correct, but also Flavor Flav did that, and it worked very well for him.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not saying put 50 stars on it. I mean, just
some stars.
Add something to it,
But
funny,
the Sweden and Finland one, they're basically the same as the World Juniors and every other. They really don't change, I don't think. I would like to see the Sweden one go blue and with the yellow crowns. I think that would have been sick.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah.
That's true.
Something a little bit different for them, and I think it would have popped a little bit better too.
I do like though that they're able to just put the symbol of their country, the crowns, and they don't need the words. It's implied, and we know it. I think that's pretty, that speaks to their representation and how good of a team they are. To be honest,
and too, I'm wondering if the USA one is trying to mimic like the Miracle on Ice USA jersey, just the plain USA, how they wore it.
You might be onto something.
But I mean, I think out of all of them, I think I really like the Team Canada jersey because they're bringing back the red.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the red and white too at that. So it kind of reminds me of like the Olympics.
Yeah. The golden goal year.
Yeah. So definitely like that one. But in your chat, let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite? Let us know as we go through tonight. Yeah, that's too true, dig it. The Canada one would look good as a military shoulder patch.
Yep.
Definitely. So on our docket tonight, we got a little bit of everything tonight. Not a lot of hockey talk tonight. We'll get into a few things like we'll go into the news for the week, which is there wasn't really much to go on this week. Shea Theodore signs a 7-year extension for $7.425 million AAV, which is huge for him to stay in Vegas. So that's another left-hand D that they locked up. Then the Golden Knights' William Karlsson is expected to make his season debut on the 26th. This is a good one. Who do you guys think is going to get the C for Team Canada? McDavid or Crosby?
Well, I'm biased as a Penguins fan. I think it has to be Crosby. I think McDavid said it's going to be Crosby, so I think that's just what has to happen. I have nothing against McDavid at all, but if Sid's proven anything, whether people like him or not, he's an amazing leader.
Definitely,
he's proven that with his success. So again, whether you like him or not, that's my take. It's got to be Sid, and then McDavid can have it for many years to come. But this is probably Sid's last ride, so you give it to him, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah,
McDavid wasn't given the CCB. They were deciding on who should have it. And then we have a great one out of the Stars and Jets for real. The two undefeated teams, right? Or no, well, the Stars lost, but the Jets are still undefeated, 7-0. Who would have thought that?
I never would have thought it for the Jets. I've been high on the Stars for a while, though. They have depth. They have young players. They have veteran players. They have a goalie. They kind of have everything covered, in my opinion. Not the best in any one area, but strong across the board. So that doesn't surprise me too much. But the Jets, that's a bit surprising.
Yeah, the Jets have come really out of nowhere. Hey, Trev, thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Jets have come out of nowhere. Dallas, I think, this is going to be their year, especially having Stan Coven up there, who is an absolute beast of a player.
Yes.
And Maverick Bork, who led the AHL for 2 seasons in scoring.
Yep.
So that's a huge boost to that team. Even though they lost a couple players, they gained a couple more.
Mm-hmm. And younger players, that's an important part too, right? This is youth that's getting injected.
And don't sleep on Thomas Hartley. That kid is a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
If Mira Heiskanen walked right now or got hurt, there's your number 1 defenseman right there.
It's true.
So don't sleep on him and keep your eyes on him, especially if you play fantasy. Pick him up. You won't be disappointed. And then who would have thought of this after the terrible season that they had last year? The Flames with Dustin Wolf, who looks unstoppable.
I have no explanation for it. I mean, Dustin Wolf was touted as a prospect. I didn't think they'd think he'd stand on his head by any means, but I think they'll crash down to earth somewhere in between. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they're going to be able to be that top dog forever, but it's a great start. So we'll see.
And then we can't say anything without going to Oilers, who are really slumping. But two, you got to think it's the playoff hangover.
Yes.
And a lot of new faces there that they've really got to try and gel. So I'm not worried about them. They'll make the playoffs. It's going to take them time to gel as a team, really.
Yeah.
They came out to a terrible start last year, too.
I was just about to mention that. Yeah, they did it awful. Then they went on a freaking ridiculous run. What was it, late season?
Late
they almost broke the record.
Yeah.
They're going to be fine. They're going to be just fine.
Yeah, and then I still think they need a goalie.
Oh, my buddy Kevin as well.
Hey, Kevin.
That's funny. Hey, Kevin. Thanks for coming.
Kevin, I've known him since kindergarten. He's been a lifelong best friend. I'm happy to see him and Mackenzie there. Thank you.
And Robert, Thank you for the sub. We appreciate you. I saw that in the comments there. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Yeah, no, the Oilers, I think they have a great team. They need to find a goalie. They've been trying. It's like Toronto. They try to put second stringers as number one goalies, and it does not work.
I couldn't agree more. I've been saying it to every Toronto fan around us. I mean, like I said, we're in the GTA, so we hear it all the time. And I just said it to you before we hopped on live. I don't remember the last team that won with a mediocre goalie. It's won the cup with a mediocre goalie. You need a plus goalie at the least, if not a goalie who's going to stand on his head and steal a couple for you.
Definitely. Yeah. And it's like when we talk backstage, to build a team, as much as people think you build forwards in, no, you start from your goalie and you build out. Start your goalie, your D, and then forwards are a dime a dozen. Mm-hmm. I can go draft a 6th round forward and make him an all-star.
Sure.
As long as you put the right pieces together.
Definitely. Yep. No, I agree completely.
Yeah.
And one thing that I didn't see on the docket there that happened today, Lafreniere signs for
7-ish. That's a huge signing. And everyone was really down on Laffy when he got drafted but what people don't realize is the NHL was different then. He got drafted in COVID, so they didn't really get to do a whole lot.
That's a good point.
And that really hindered his development. But now you see him starting to get back into an NHL routine, and you start to see him shine, especially with the number one line in all the NHL with Panarin, Laffy, and Trocheck.
Yes, absolutely. And I was curious of your take on it as a Rangers fan. That's why I specifically wanted to ask if you think that 7-7 is a good deal.
I think it's a wonderful deal. Nice. I love Laffy. I loved him as soon as he came in. Everyone was really down on him, but I wasn't because it's the COVID year. You got to take that into consideration. The NHL was way different.
Right.
Like they couldn't train or they couldn't be together as a team. And then what they were in a bubble. They couldn't really do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it. Love Laffy. That is a dangerous line, and it will be for years to come.
For sure. I mean, even if he continues to develop, he's still very young. If he continues to develop, that 7-7 deal in 2-3 years could look like an absolute. Right now, it's a good deal. Could be a steal in 2-3 years if he continues to develop.
And they turned him. He was a goal scorer in the juniors, and they've turned him to a power forward, which is amazing. Like sometimes you just need that little change. Like he was a pure goal scorer, but turned to a power forward, and look at him.
For anybody who's played sports, as you change levels, your role often changes too. Just because we know as well. There's guys who dominated juniors and put up 140 points, but they're going to be a grinder in certain teams in the NHL. It's just that leap is not linear. It changes depending on your skill set, your build, where you get drafted, all kinds of things. So,
definitely. Shout out Chris for Works for coming. Thanks, Chris. Huge Capitals fan.
Thanks for coming, Chris. Stolar's is
a good backup.
I agree with that.
Definitely. I think Toronto thinks Wall's the future, but like I said, unless you can prove it there, you're not really the future.
Yeah. I mean, health is a big part of it too, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
their three are Wool, Matt Murray, and Stolars. And Wool and Matt Murray have a history of being injured half the season. So maybe Stolars does have to be that good at that rate.
Yeah.
You know?
And then as a Rangers fan, I can tell you right now, and I do not like Mika Zibanejad.
No, why?
If I was a GM, he'd be the first one to go, and Trocheck would be my number one center.
I love Trocheck. Trocheck's underrated, so I hear you on that one.
Mika, he gets hot, and then that's it. Done. Like, he didn't show up in the playoffs. Well,
That's
none of them really. Yeah, Mika was the biggest one that really didn't show up. And, like, as your two-way center, I love Trocheck more. I put Trocheck out there more than Mika.
Definitely. Trocheck hits and gets gritty too, no?
Yeah, and when he was second behind Sidney Crosby in winning face-off percentage last year.
Yep. Many years ago, I had him in fantasy, and I found like he was a fantasy hack because he puts up something in every category.
Shout out to Maiden's World of Wax, my buddy from New Brunswick. Thank you, buddy, for coming.
Thanks,
but
man.
yeah, so speaking of fantasy, we'll just pull up our this week's updated fantasy draft or fantasy league. See who's top. So top 5 of the fantasy league I'm in this week is Deep Diggers at 1,010 points. Ham Panthers Hockey Club with 846.60 points. Now I've got Krebs at 802.80. Land Kraken Julie Farnham at 773.70. And we have Slappy Spicy at 748.40. And this is as of tonight. So that's your new updated fantasy rankings top 5 right now. So thanks. I know Dig's probably going to peep up here and saying, hey, look, I'm first again. Yeah, we know Dig. So I guess now we'll give you guys a spotlight. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you guys and your channel?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
what got you started? And hold on, let me just move you guys over.
Sure.
To the big screen. You guys.
The lead, or you want to?
No, you go for it.
Oh.
If we can. My computer's so slow. Just bear with me, guys.
No worries. We'll hang tight.
There we go. Come on.
Are you an itchy?
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right. So why don't you guys tell us about what got you started and all that fun stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I started collecting sports cards. Chris is already now ripping packs all of a sudden.
Sorry, I got the itch. I love the ice, John Tavares.
I started collecting sports cards back in like 2011, 2012. So I'm not one of the newcomers to the hobby. But I stopped around 2014, 2015, which I always kick myself for because I basically missed McDavid and Matthews. Instead, I pulled a bunch of Yakupovs and Nugent Hopkins, which was not ideal, but that's the time I was collecting. I stopped, and then during COVID, I kind of dabbled back into my collection, my PC, and the stuff I hadn't sold. Chris, at the same time, had rediscovered our childhood Pokemon card collection, and we kind of just had a conversation of like, do you want to get back into it? Do you want to, start selling these things, so on and so forth? And selling turns into buying, and buying turns into ripping packs, and that turns into a financial problem. And we're like, okay, how can we figure this out and enjoy it together and see if we can find a way to monetize it or push it out in other ways. And as we got back into it, we realized that the hobby had changed a lot. And as we're learning, we're like, you know what, maybe there's a market for just 2 average people opening product and share that on YouTube or whatever social media we can. We're not social media guys. We're very regular guys. The whole Instagram, YouTube game is completely foreign to us. But Chris is good at editing. I'm pretty good at sourcing the product and figuring that stuff out. Appreciate you, Kevin. Glad we got you into collecting.
Sorry.
Chris apologizes. But yeah, so we just started recording ourselves. We started with a box of 1920 Series 1 3 years ago and just kind of chipped away at it slowly but surely. So now our channel has come a long way. It's a little bit more polished than it used to be.
Way more polished.
And we rip all kinds of sports products, hockey and otherwise, and share our honest thoughts on it. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it may be. That's what we do.
AMPP.
But yeah, that's kind of the gist of our channel. We never thought it would get as big as we did. We never thought we'd be here. Not to say we are big, but 1,000 subscribers to us is, I don't even know 1,000 people. So that's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. No, you guys come a long way. I think when I first subbed you, you're only at like 500 or something. And then next day I looked up and boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. It just happens like that. It could be just one video that takes off and boom,
and that's a lot of it, trying to get the right hits. But at the same time, we don't want to just post the good stuff. We post all of it, the average, the bad. And I think that's our niche. We're not trying to be, YouTube famous. We're just trying to share what we're doing because we'd be doing it anyways. So
yeah,
why not throw it out there? And Chris is a fantastic editor. That's his thing. I know he hates it sometimes, but it's a big part of why we're able to do it. So, And to be honest, it's gotten us closer too. Doing it together, spending time with my brother, doing something that we actually enjoy doing together is a good time. So
yeah, and that's what it's all about. It's all about just doing something together, even as a family or friends, or sharing it with people who have the same interests too, and kind of bringing them together as well.
Yeah, I think that's kind of something that motivated us to keep going with it. Like we just showed maybe 10-15 minutes ago, the custom card that we got from people that subscribe to us. That's such a huge boost in motivation to continue to do what you're doing, because you realize there's not only do you get the comments digitally, and it's nice to see that through the screen, but when you get that physical interaction and the physical connection with people that are watching you online, it's such a surreal moment that makes you realize, oh, this isn't just out there on YouTube. This is something that I can communicate to people with and interact with in person as well. And having that cross connection it's insane. It's something we didn't think would ever happen when we started this. But now that it's starting to happen more and more with other individuals that like to watch us, it's such a gratifying, happy feeling to have, where it's like, you know what? Even if we don't hit 1 million subscribers and become the next biggest thing in the box ripping world, it's still worth it to do.
Yeah.
If we got stuck at 2,000 subscribers until the end of time,
I'd be happy.
It's still worth it because of interactions and stuff like that.
Yeah. And to me, it's once you stop having fun, then you know it's done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you kind of lost it. And I think sometimes too, when you get to that point, you just kind of need a new refresher. Like, even if it's say, spend all this time opening cards and you're like, okay, yeah, maybe let's try Pokemon cards for a day. Mm-hmm. Then it kind of kicks you back in. Oh, okay, this is fun again. Like, and that's what it's about. There's always things you can try.
Yeah, I think that's why we do such a variety of openings as well, because we could be strictly hockey, and you are much more knowledgeable about hockey than I am. But I think that's part of our appeal, is branching out into other sports and TCG stuff as well, which it kind of shows that, the most humble man I've ever met. Thanks, Kevin. But yeah, that keeps it fresh, is not being afraid to, to do something else. And like we just posted a video. Well, I posted a video just before we got on here where we opened Upper Deck Portfolio, which is a golf product, which is just sort of like Chronicles. Nice. I don't really watch golf that much. You watch it a bit more than I do, but it's something new and it's interesting, and it kind of gives you it's a new breath of life in the hobby. You know what I mean?
And it's something different, kind of. And then when you go back to hockey, you have like a kind of new little fresh take on it. You're like, oh, okay, this is fun.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, opening Series 1 boxes over and over gets pretty dry. It's nice to see something different and have that enjoyment again, I guess you could say, from the first time when you open one of those Series 1 boxes. Because by box, later on it gets a little bit, more of the same.
And honestly, even if you're sticking within hockey, we've gone back to old products, like private stock titanium. We did a box of, what was it, 02, 03?
Something like that.
Like
Kovalchuk rookie year.
Yeah, it was a Kovalchuk rookie year. And that was so much fun to do. And that was one of our best videos. And it's like, who would have thought that a freaking 02, 03 private stock titanium box opening video would be one of our best ones and one of the most enjoyable? Who's opening private stock in 2023-24?
Yeah.
Nobody's really opening that.
And I think too, a lot of it is a lot of people haven't seen the old cards in so long that it brings good memories back to them. Like, I mean, when I played hockey, I'd go to that little court machine and pull out one of these old cards, and you're like, "Oh, I remember this."
For sure.
So it brings a lot of the memories back for a lot of people.
Definitely.
And I just want to say shout out to Aaron Sportscards and Things, my Friday night buddy who's on after me. Make sure you guys go check him out. Great show over there as well. But yeah, so how long? So you guys have been ripping for a while. Like, what made you guys want to do the channel together, I guess, per se?
It's going to sound funny. I know nothing about editing, and he didn't know much about sports cards. So
good.
Kind of worked out like that. Yeah.
That's how it usually works out, right?
It's something we enjoyed doing, and I don't know. I think partly it was COVID too. Like we're sitting here and we're just like, I'm fairly entrepreneurial. It's just the way I am. And, if we can find a way to do something at a higher level that we enjoy doing, let's do it. And we honestly, we bought some crappy lights. We bought a green screen from Amazon. Like the first production is a catastrophe. It's terrible looking.
We had these 2 photo boxes that were really small, and we put our phones on it. On top of it to view down into the photo box. You could see the ring light within the photo box in the cards that we were holding. It was bad. Our green screen was held up behind us with
thumbtacks into the wall.
Thumbtacks into the wall. It was it was terrible.
But
everyone's first video is terrible. I mean, if you go back to mine, it was the worst video I think I've ever done. No lighting. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was opening cards.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it came down to. We were having fun opening cards, and that's what kept us coming back.
And then you upgrade as you go through, and you're like, oh, wow, this looks a lot better.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We got
it's great.
We're not twins.
Wonder Twins activate. Yeah. We're 5 years apart.
Yeah, 5 years. I'm 5 years older.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's new for you guys? Are you guys going to be doing more different sports? Or are you going to stick to hockey or anything new coming on the channel? I
think we dabbled into doing some sports news stuff. It's something that we definitely want to keep trying to do more of. It's just hard to, we both work full-time jobs outside of this. So it's just, it's a lot to break, the edit, to this, to that. I think, I would love to expand into more hobby products, higher end stuff. I think we kind of have a mid-range area right now, which we'll never stop doing. We'll keep doing retail. We'll keep doing mid-range 100%. It's never beneath us. But it would be nice to be able to dive into some higher end stuff, maybe some basketball. I don't know. We're trying to come up with some creative ideas. We do want to do a video soon about my PC. We want to be different. We don't want to do the same stuff that you can see on every break channel. But it seems like through COVID, everybody jumped online. So there's a lot of saturation in the market now. Of
and two, I know as a hockey collector, card prices are just ridiculous.
Yeah. It's
and
insane.
if you can find them, it's great. But now you got everyone who wants to be a breaker and they're just buying everything.
Yeah.
And that leaves the guys who are true collectors like myself, you guys, with nothing. And the ones who really have the passion for it, where all they're doing is just ripping to sell.
Yes.
Yeah, the true collectors are kind of getting priced out of the market.
Yeah.
Which ties back to one of the reasons why we went to older products like private stock titanium, because we're looking at all these products coming out. It's like, oh, it's $300, $400, $500, $600, and it's just your standard product. Some of this stuff isn't even premium. It's just your typical product. So we're like, okay, what else can we find that average Joes can purchase and still enjoy and rip and not break the bank on. So we're like, well, private stock was what? $180, $80, under $100.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best rips we've ever had.
Yeah.
But it does suck that current boxes across all sports, hockey, basketball, UFC, you name it, it's sometimes they're thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like we saw, what was it? We just saw a UFC box on one of the sites that we visit.
22 Prism.
The original price of 22 Prism UFC was over $1,000.
Yeah.
That's insane. And it was on sale. It's sold out now, but it was on sale for under $500, which shows you like those people that bought it at $1,000, way overpriced. And when they had stuff left over, they had to drop it down $500, over 50%. And it was still $500, which is still too much. And that's a lot of cards nowadays.
I know this is going to, the chat knows about my thoughts on this, but Bedard, that hype train is not even worth it. Like, that's why prices went up. He's not even a good player. Like, he really isn't. He's a cancer in the locker room. That's why they brought in so many of these veterans, because he's a cancer in there. And if you notice, when he first got drafted, you got in Flinos, you got in all these veteran players. I wonder why. And, I mean, he's all flash. He can't play the game. Like, that's why I'm a huge Macklin Celebrini guy. He reminds me of Jonathan Daves. He plays the game two ways. Bedard plays one way. I got to go do a fancy Michigan goal. And once he gets hit once, and I'm hoping Tom Wilson just levels him, I'm hoping then he'll come to realize, okay, well, like maybe I should stop doing this and try to play hockey. But he isn't. Everyone knows in the chat, and they know my thoughts on him, and I hate the kid. Hate him.
I haven't seen enough to have a proper opinion. I agree the inflation on like the 23-24 hockey products is way too much for what we've seen so far. You clearly have seen more than I have, and I mean you're very passionate about it. But I don't know. I think it's tough. I think all these guys who come in as a first overall pick have it harder now than ever. The attention on them, but I do see what you're saying, that he is a one-way player, and there's definitely a flashy aspect to his game. Will he grow out of that is to be seen, but I can definitely understand where you're coming from.
I do remember when the products were coming out and we were ripping some products with Bedard in it. I remember one of your criticisms that you had was he was trying to do too much with the puck all the time.
Yeah.
And this was right when he first started. His first, I want to say maybe like 12 games that he was playing.
Yeah.
He was trying to do way too much and live up to the hype that was given to him instead of trying to fit in with the team and do what was proper to win. It was more about how can I win so that people think I'm living up to the hype. And that's really hard to do when you just come in the league, no matter how good you were prior to coming in the league. If you scored 200 points before you came in the league, fantastic. Well, now you're in the NHL.
Yeah, different game.
Way different game.
And then two, what drives me the most is right now, I'll say it and it'll happen. Macklin Celebrini is going to get Rookie of the Year because his name Celebrini. He was the first overall pick. But last year, you had Brock Faber, who had an unreal rookie campaign, led all rookies on ice time, was a number one defenseman for Minnesota because theirs was out, played with a broken rib, and he still didn't get Rookie of the Year. And Bedard was out for, I think, 3 months.
Yeah, wow.
And won it. Like, NHL, what is going on here? Like, Brock Faber should have had that hands down.
I kind of feel like when it comes to
you
that,
got the name Bedard, so here you go.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I feel like it's just marketing. You know, like you have to keep the hype train going because
it makes sense for the NHL.
It makes sense. Bedard brings in the tickets. His jersey sales are probably absolutely insane. His trading cards are insane. People are buying anything with Bedard on it. They're buying. Actually, funny story. I was at work one day, and sometimes, like, you know, when you walk into like an LCBO or something, and they have those like pictures for auction or whatever, and it goes to like a charity or something. There was one with Bedard on it, and I looked at one of the papers that somebody filled out because they're just like sitting there on the stand of like what their bid is. Somebody bid $4,000 on a picture a framed picture of Bedard. No autograph.
Oh my!
There was no numbering. It was just a picture of Bedard, and somebody put in the bid for $4,000. Why? Because he's hype. Because of marketing. Because it's Bedard.
All that said, I think he's still young. There's still time. I believe I'm not quite where Dan is. All due respect, Dan, I'm not quite at your level of my feelings on him, but I do think he still has some work to do to prove himself, and he's got to grow up a little bit. I agree.
Yeah, he can become what he's hyped up as right now, but how long is that going to take for him to get there?
We'll see.
If he gets there.
If he gets there,
he has the potential to get there, but right now he is not living up to.
It's like I said, he needs to be hit by Tom Wilson to maybe realize, okay, I gotta change everything.
Maybe that's
play.
what it'll take.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hey, IGH Outdoors and Sports, Dennis, thanks for coming. Appreciate you, buddy. So I ask every guest this, and it'll be a two-parter, one for Chris and one for Rob. What is your Mount Rushmore of either future or old NHL players? There's only one guest who had goalies on his Mount Rushmore.
Wow.
I was actually going to say, because, and I'll take it ahead because I think Chris is going to have more like a personal Mount Rushmore. I'm going to go greats of all time. And I'm going to leave goalies off, but I'm going to specifically say I'm leaving goalies off because I think they're unique. I think if we wanted to go actual value to a team, we probably have to go for goalies because, that's how important a goalie is to a team. So I'm choosing to leave goalies off altogether, not because I don't think they belong there, but because otherwise we're going to have a mess. For me, personally, first of all, it's Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux is the greatest hockey player of all time to me. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not going to get into it, but Mario Lemieux. And then I'm going to go Gretzky, Howe, Orr. That's my four.
What's your what would be your fifth if you had to pick a fifth?
Would it be Cale Makar?
That's still bringing back
the North Future.
It would not be Cale Makar.
All right.
My heart wants to say Crosby because I'm a Penguins guy, but I think that's a little bit being too much of a homer. So I'd probably say like Maurice Richard or something. That's
a nice one. No one in the history of the show so far said Maurice Richard. So
yeah, I think
great
Maurice
one. What about you?
Okay.
Chris is going to name 5 guys he remembers from NHL 02 on GameCube.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. I was just about to say I don't reach that far back. So I would say I'll preface by saying this. We come from a Penguins family. When we were born, we were automatically Penguins fans. We didn't choose it. It was just given to us. And then we learned about the Penguins through time, and we became true fans after that.
I mean, at least you don't have the heartbreak of being a Leafs fan.
Fair point.
And we're around a lot of them. But, yeah, no, we don't subscribe to that.
So
that dumpster fire.
So I would say I have to take one of Robbie's is Mario Lemieux, just because he's absolutely insane. He's told me more Lemieux facts than I can remember. There's so many. And some of the stuff that Lemieux has done is just absolutely incredible. I still remember my favorite fact that you told me. I think it might have been the first fact you told me was, first shift, first game, first minute, first shot, first goal.
Yeah. Not in that order, but yeah.
Yeah, not in that order, but still that to me is incredible.
Yes.
That's awesome. So Lemieux, Crosby, just because I love Crosby. Crosby, one of the people that I actually knew when I was growing up, and I could watch from his start to where he is now.
That's true. You got to live his career.
So I got to actually live his career.
It's tough, isn't it?
Is it weird?
It really gets tough.
It is. Is it weird if I want to throw Ovechkin in there?
No, if that's what speaks to you. He's
going
to be the have the most goals.
Yeah.
By the time he retires.
By the time he retires,
he might be 45 and take the last one off his face, but he'll get there.
He might headbutt the last one in.
He might, but he'll get there.
He's going to do it. So I kind of want to throw Ovechkin in there. And you know what? I am going to toss a goalie in there.
Okay.
I'm going to toss a goalie in there because he was on the Penguins. You know who it is?
I mean, you could only. I think
it could only be one person.
You could only say Fleury.
It's only Fleury.
Anybody else is
it's Fleury.
Too old for you.
I would add Fleury in there as a goalie.
Fleury's a good one.
Yeah,
he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Easy,
absolutely,
hands down, first ballot too.
Definitely.
Even if he doesn't, he's going to joke his way in there.
Oh, without question. It's true.
Maiden actually added Yager.
Yager's a good call.
Yager?
Yager's a good call.
I think I would add Yager as an honorable mention for my list. That's
Nice.
actually a really good one.
Yeah, Yager, Mr. Mullet himself.
Yeah.
No, those are great lists. And then, well, you are now the second goalie on the OT on the Hockey Stick Talk Nation's Mount Rushmore. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You made the list. So we got all that out of the way. So, I mean, you guys are, well, you're a Pens fan. So what would be your best Pens moment?
For me, it's got to be the Cup in 09. I got to actually watch it and live it. I was 17 at the time. And, I mean, I'm a Blue Jays fan, a Raptors fan, and a Penguins fan. And I had never seen any championship to that point. And I got to see the Penguins actually win a cup after losing the year before to Detroit. And just, you know, I don't know how to explain, you know, it's one thing like if you cheer for Team Canada or something international, but for like a club that you've chosen to invest into, to see that happen, it was pretty incredible. And I've got to see it twice more. So, but the first one was special for me.
What about you? You got a favorite Pens moment?
Chris?
Or a favorite NHL moment?
Ooh. I can't even remember like a favorite Pens moment. I don't think I was watching that much NHL around that time. I was too busy playing on the GameCube upstairs.
It's the first time he beat me on NHL 02 and on the GameCube.
True, actually. That was a great moment. That was really
there you go. There's your moment.
Much.
No.
So when I got those wins,
yeah,
that was special.
Yeah, I was probably playing with my feet.
Probably.
Kevin says this. He sent you a message.
On MSN after that. Good old MSN.
Yes.
Honestly, I can't really think of one.
All right, well, let's do it this way. What's your favorite card opening moment?
Okay.
That's actually a good question. He's had a couple good ones.
That's a good one. It's not a hockey one. I can say that. But it is the best pull I've ever had in my life. And it was phenomenal. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as I can. I was opening a product that was of basketball players pre-rookie. It was Topps Bowman University Best Of. That's what it was. You bought this hobby box. It was about $200, but you got 2 boxes in one box, which sounds kind of weird, but that's just how it was. You get 1 autograph in each box and then a bunch of inserts. I opened the first box, didn't get anything fantastic. I opened the second box, and I'm going through all the packs. I think there was like 6 or 8 packs in it. I got to pack number 8.
Can you pause your story for a second? We typically split products 50-50 on our channel. This product in particular, when Chris said he's getting, I'm like, I'm not going to open that garbage. You do it. It's fine. It's all yours.
Yeah.
Continue.
He was also out of the country at the time.
Yes, I was.
So I get to the last pack of the last box, and I opened like 4 boxes before I even got to this point. So this is like I'm done after this. Like I can't open anymore.
You took a beating.
I took a beating up until this point. Last pack, last box, last card. I shifted one of the cards up to see what the last card was. I'm like, it's going to be my auto because I haven't got it yet. And then I see Metropolitans 92. I was like, the only person I know that plays on Metropolitans 92 is Victor Wembanyama. So I'm thinking, I just hit a Wemby auto. I pull it up, and it was a Wemby auto. But it was also numbered to 99. And I lost my mind. It was like, I remember it so clearly. It was amazing. It was
did you have the card shake? Like, did you have the card shake when you're holding it?
When you pull it? I think you probably were.
No, I wasn't, because I set it down and I walked away on camera because I was like, I was too flabbergasted. I'm like, I can't damage this at all. I need to let it out and then come back when I've collected myself and sleeve it properly. But with that was easily my favorite moment. I remember I called you right after it.
Yes.
And I said, you want to see what I pulled? And then you said, am I going to be pissed? And I was like, yeah. And then I showed you what it was. And you were like, oh, well, I'm happy for you.
I said, oh, what's that worth? And at the time it was like $4,000 raw.
No, raw was $3,000. Now it's like
more now.
Now it's like 4.5.
This is before he was drafted.
Yeah, and then I got it graded.
Yes.
And came back at 9.
Awesome.
So that was
what
much
about you, Rob? You have a favorite one?
Oh. This is going to be a throwback, but it was just a really cool experience to have. 11-12, I think it was 11-12, Ultimate. I pulled was it Sean Couturier or James Van Riemsdyk? It was a Flyers
I think it was
player.
Couturier.
Was it Couturier?
I'm pretty sure.
Shield, rookie auto 1 of 1. I pulled from one of the Ultimate products. I can't remember if it was JVR or Couturier. I think it was Couturier. And just pulling a Shield was like crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. Mind you, back then it only sold for like $600, but Dig, who we graded that one with?
That was PSA.
We do basketball stuff through PSA because it just seems to hold better value. I prefer my hockey stuff through BGS personally. So good question.
Have you guys tried Tag? I know they're Canadian, and I've been really looking into it because they do the laser grading, and it seems like it'd be a lot more accurate.
Yeah, I haven't looked into. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I think there's a guy, Jay Lee Sportscards or something like that. He's part of the investment team out in Alberta, and he's part of the tag thing. I think it's a great idea. I haven't dabbled or tried it yet, mostly because I want to see how it sells on the aftermarket first. The whole grading world, we're not huge into it. We do it for the cards we're supposed to do it for.
Yeah,
but we don't we might grade 25 cards a year max. We're not the guys who send hundreds and hundreds away.
The one thing I like about the Tag is they wrap it in like a pack, so you open the pack to find.
I heard about that.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's why I think it'd be really cool.
I really like that.
That'd be a good video.
It would be. That's exactly what I was thinking. You'd actually rip a pack of graded cards instead of trying to freaking hold it upside down and then cover the grade and then try to flip it and not reveal it. Yeah. I like that a lot better.
It's a good idea.
And so the chat knows we're going to open some cards tonight. You guys brought some. I got some. This will be a fun night. But before we do, you got a PC that's really interesting that I know a lot of the chat would really love to see.
I do. I brought my Lemieux stuff. Do you guys want to see? I have a little bit of Crosby and a lot of Lemieux. Do you guys want to see the Crosby or the Lemieux stuff in favor of time? I'll let chat come through with a little bit. My favorite Penguin is Danny DeVito, Barry. That's actually a pretty good one.
That's funny.
What do you guys want to see? You want to see Lemieux or Crosby? He's got a wicked Lemieux collection. I know that.
My Lemieux collection is impressive. I'm at 1,800. So the way I PC, I don't just buy top-notch stuff. My goal is to have one of every card, which I know is impossible, obviously. But I collect base as much as I collect high-end stuff. I'm at 1,800-ish with no duplicates. So 1,800 unique Lemieux cards is what I'm at currently.
So it looks like the vote's going Lemieux.
All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much time, but I did kind of take out my top ones, so to say. So I'll try and show them more unique stuff, I guess. All right, here's one I bought back in the day.
Oh, nice. The dual patches are so nice.
Signature swatch, dual patch, barely two color. That's not quite coming to focus, but Crosby on top, Lemieux on bottom at a 35.
Pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Is that a bit better? So that's nice. And then honestly, I like unique cards. So like, here's one from Titanium back when Panini was in hockey, and it's got 6 different pieces on it at a 25. I think it's jersey, fight strap, nameplate, prime, patch, and jersey number. 6 different unique pieces. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then this is one that I actually love, but not because of the Lemieux piece. I pulled this card actually out of an old In the Game product. So it's a quad of Lemieux, Fuhr, Howard-Chuck, and Gretzky. But you notice the Gretzky piece is a little bit different. That's a Gretzky glove.
Yeah.
Which I thought was just really, really cool.
Yeah, you don't really see the gloves anymore.
No. So I thought that was neat. And then this is kind of my prized possession just because I think it's really cool. Again, from in the game, it's a skate lace, game used skate lace.
Yeah,
It's the 1 of 1 gold version.
those are nice.
So I'd never seen skate lace before, and I thought that was just really, really, really cool. And it's a 1 of 1. So
Dennis says boomski.
So yeah, those are. I mean, and I have other ones like this is game used tape.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool. Of course, I got stick stuff. Nice big chunk of the game stick.
So I wish Upper Deck did stuff like this.
I know.
Yeah, I
You
know.
don't see the sticks. You don't see skates. You don't see gloves. It's a jersey, and it might not even be their jersey. It's just a jersey that
It's a
they found in
napkin.
the back of their warehouse.
This one's again from Panini. Captain's Courageous. It's a nice 3-color patch blue. Numbered out of 5. Whoop. 5 of 5 on the bottom there. I really
That's
love
awesome.
the Panini stuff. I really wish they were still making products.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame that Upper Decks bought everything because I
Yeah.
think if we had other companies, I think we'd see the prices be a little bit lower too. Because then people would start going towards somewhere else, and Upper Deck would have to lower.
Yeah, you having that competition would be huge because really it's what Upper Deck and Leaf.
Yeah,
Not many people are even aware of Leaf as a company. They think hockey, they just think Upper Deck, and it's off to the races.
because you got like NBA and football, who's got so many different ones that they have to compete against each other.
Yeah, honestly, oftentimes I'll go with Topps instead of Panini for basketball because, like, I know I'm not going to see their jersey or the logo of the team on their jersey or whatever, but I
Yeah.
don't really care. And the top stuff is usually more affordable than Panini.
Yeah,
But with Upper Deck, do you have that option? Not really.
No.
I have a bit of a printing plate problem.
That's a lot of plates.
I like printing plate 1 of 1s.
that's awesome.
How many is that? 8?
I don't know.
Hey, John, the autograph fisherman, thanks for coming.
Yep, 8. I got 2 of the same one. I'm trying to get all of them so I can remake the card myself.
That's awesome.
This is actually a cool product from 2012 All-Time Greats. It's an
Oh,
auto there
nice.
out of 10 on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it there. But I
Yeah.
really liked this product when it came out. I opened a lot of it. Really, really, really pretty product. Had a lot of not just hockey players, but different. There's like Ken Griffey in there, and I think Tiger Woods had a subset. But yeah, I thought that was really nice too.
Yeah, these exclusive licenses are
Yeah,
it's tough.
it hurts.
It really hurts, especially when you
Yeah.
have such extreme long-term deals as well. Because it could be cool for 2-3 years, but if that company has that deal for 10, 15, 20 years, and they have the player association as well with that exclusive deal, so they have it on lock. So what's the need to improve? You can
I think a
print
little
stuff for
competition
10 years.
doesn't hurt anyone either.
Yeah, for sure.
I back when Upper Deck and Panini were going head to head with hockey stuff, I thought the hobby was at its best, but it didn't have that big name player come through at the same time to really drive it home.
Yeah.
They lost it by the time McDavid came in. And then these are my rookies. I'm always looking to upgrade. So I have a 7.5 Opeachy and an 8.5 Tops. I have
Nice.
one of each, and I definitely want to upgrade slowly but surely. But that's my rookie stuff there. This is his rookie sticker. It's a 9, which is not easy to get because these stickers are cut crooked to all hell.
Yeah, they are.
I'll show a couple of Crosby things. There's a nice Team Canada. Actually, to your point there, Dan, that's back when they were wearing red.
Yeah, see, the red jerseys are my favorite
Looks
because
real
that's
good.
what Team Canada is. They're red and white.
Yes,
Mhm.
for sure.
I don't know where the black came from or how they got the
Yeah.
black, but
They're trying to be edgy.
yeah.
This will be an interesting one to talk about. This is a Crosby card I have. We pulled this actually on the channel.
That was cool.
It's it looks like Fight Patch. It's out of 10, but there's like some writing there on the
Yeah, I
left
see that
half.
on the corner.
It's kind of hard to see it, but it almost looks like a B and a Y here. BY, almost like it was like they wrote down whose jersey it was or something like that on there. It's a marker for sure. It's not part of the actual manufacturing process. Do I have Elvis Stoico? Dig, I do. There's a dual card of Elvis Stoico and Lemieux. It's from In the Game Canadiana. I do have it. I just don't have it here behind me. So yes,
Dig's
I do
a
have
huge
Elvis
Stoico fan.
I do have Stoico.
I was trying to get you with that one.
I do actually.
You have 1,800 cards, but do you have Stoico?
And I do. Game used Stoico. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Part of his leotard.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I got lots, but that's the gist of the collection. 1,800 cards deep, and looking forward to picking up more at the expo in November.
That's awesome. Do you PC anyone?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Unintentionally Wembanyama since I got that auto.
This guy.
So now I'm
This
like,
guy.
well, I may as well start with my Wemby collection, which is hard because his stuff costs a lot. But so there's Wemby, and because we're such Raptors fans and we've been Raptors fans our whole life, I do have a Vince Carter collection.
Oh, nice.
He's probably the player that I have the most cards of. It's nothing extravagant. I don't have, printing plates like Rob does. I don't have one of ones and, out of tens or anything like that. But it's just cards that I think look nice. Some of them are dirt cheap. They're $2 or they're a base card, but I like it because Vince Carter's on it and he's doing an insane dunk. He's the guy that I have the most of. At the last Toronto Expo that I went to, I don't think it was the last one, but the year before, I ended up getting, I want to say it was 5 or 6 Carter Prism cards, kind of trying to like make the rainbow, which was a really cool addition for me to pick up. So Carter's one of them. Tracy McGrady. I got some McGrady cards as well. I love Tracy McGrady. I think he would have been absolutely insane if it wasn't for his injuries. Who else is there? Chris Bosh. I've been collecting a bit of him as well. He's a player that I remember very well when I was growing up. I very much grew up with that Chris Bosh, DeRozan era Raptors.
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of DeRozan as well, but I would say my main guy is probably Carter, followed by Wemby and then Tracy McGrady. But
Awesome.
don't really have much hockey in my collection.Maybe a few cards here and there of just guys that I think are cool. Probably got a few Crosbys and whatever.
Anytime we pull a Crosby or Lemieux, it's going to mine. So
yeah.
If you ever want to see a huge Wemby collection, IGHO Doors, he's got a huge Wemby collection, and they're all graded pretty much to like a 9 to like a 10.
Nice.
Probably cost a fortune.
For sure. Well, I think it's a good investment, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be amazing. So good on you. Christopher Works asked if we have any Vladdy stuff. We don't do a lot of baseball. I like baseball, but it's just doesn't pull me the same. So no, we don't have a lot of Vladdy stuff. I think I have a couple like the top base rookies type of thing. But yeah, not that
Awesome.
much.
And then Aaron in Sportscards thing is a huge Vince Carter fan as well.
Good. I like it.
I mean,
like it.
We went through a time period where we hated him, but now he served his time and he's getting his jersey retired.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say a lot of people are 50-50 about
Kevin says ask Chris about him.
Okay, so non-sports related, I have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And there's this little character in Yu-Gi-Oh that's called an Ojama, and they look so freaking goofy. Just the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
You just named every Yu-Gi-Oh card ever.
No, but this one especially. This one is above and beyond weird. And when I first saw it, because I was opening Yu-Gi-Oh before we went into sports, I was laughing my head off looking at what this Ojama looked like. I'm like, I'm collecting this for the simple fact that it looks absurd that they would put this on a card. So that's my Ojama collection. I probably have 100 of them, and they're
awesome.
worth absolutely nothing, but they look so funny.
It's all about having fun with what you collect. Like I collect like pretty much fourth liner to third liner guys, and I love it. Like Alex Brule. I have a huge collection of him. I actually sent a card off for a TTM for him to sign it, his rookie card. So I'm hoping to get that back. And like I collect Cole Lind,
Nice.
I collect Jordan Eberle, as everyone knows, and I've been starting to dabble into my favorite Phil, the Hot Dog Kessel. So I've been collecting his stuff, and I collect a lot of Ranger stuff. Like, I have to say, probably my biggest PC for the Rangers right now would be either Zach Jones or Braden Snyder right now. I have a lot of.
I think the hobby's missing that kind of thing, though, Dan. Like the way you collect. Like, I see. No offense if anybody in here is this person, because get your hustle, do you? But when I go to these shows, I'm seeing young guys carrying around these boxes full of thousands and thousands of dollar slabs, and they're just looking to make a buck and looking to make a buck. I'm there looking for my PC. You know, I'm not looking. When I go to a show, I'm trying to add another Lemieux base card for 5 cents to my collection to get my number up just a little bit higher. I wish there was more of that. I want more of that. And when I see that come to our booths when we're selling, I'm so much more excited to basically just give them cards, because I know it's going to go to a good home instead of somebody trying to make $2 off me.
Like, I know everybody in the chat and the people who are watching and not chatting, we all like do mail days to each other. So if I don't collect a player, I'm sending it off to someone who collects them, because I'm not. It's just going to sit in my box. Why not give it to someone who's going to enjoy it?
Yeah, sure. And we did that with the Campbell family that we mentioned earlier that did the custom cards. The father of that family is a huge Artemi Panarin fan.
Yes, Panarin fan.
Yeah, a huge Panarin fan. And when we were opening up cards, we'll always keep in mind that if we get a Panarin card, no matter what rarity it is or whatever, we know exactly who is going to want this card, and we'll send them out to people. We've had a family in. What was it? The
North Dakota.
Yeah. And they love what was it, Calgary?
Yeah, so they go up to Calgary to watch games. It's the Biggs family, and they're 2 kids and the father and mother, and they watch us, and they sent us a message about, it was just like a Rasmus Anderson Artifacts jersey card. It was like, nothing incredibly exciting, but they go up and they watch Calgary Flames games, and they really wanted this card. So we sent them a bunch of Calgary Flames stuff because it meant the world to them. To think that someone in North Dakota is watching our stuff is just crazy to me. But
have a great night, DL. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Well, what do you guys think? Should we open some cards or what?
Yes, let's do it. Chris is can't.
I know. I seen Chris down there just going like this.
I'm 3 packs ahead of Rob, so I'll let him get 3 on me.
Let's see.
I got a couple fun stuff for tonight, though.
Oh, would you look at that? Dan's favorite player.
Oh, great. You can just rip that.
First pack.
I already said if I pull one, I'm ripping it on stream.
Dan, if you can multitask, top 3 Rangers of all time, not Leach, not Gretzky.
For me?
Yes.
Top 3?
Rangers of all time.
Okay.
Not Leach,
Adam
not
Graves has to be there. Mike Richter.
Nice.
And I'll do a current one. Would have to be probably the most underrated one, really, and that's Matt Rempe.
Ooh, I like that. I'm getting a vibe for the kind of player you like.
I'm a gritty type of player.
I could tell. Hitting above the ice, Austin Matthews.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Leafs Fan Down Under, to an Australian couple who are huge Leafs fans.
Really?
Yeah, huge.
Wow.
Yuki loves John Tavares. She has a song whenever they pull him. She sings it, and it's just wonderful.
That's amazing. I got to check this out. Well, keeping the Leafs rolling, we got Joseph Woll, pure gold.
Oh, nice.
It's different holding it up here. I'm so used to holding it up here.
Like, I got a Tim Hortons pack. I'll open up with you guys.
Give it a go.
I got one, but I usually open them on Wednesday nights with my buddies live, but we'll open one tonight.
What you got? We got about 10 each here. We've been stocking up just for this.
All right, so we got Mr. Connor Bedard Crusher Tom Wilson. We got Yuri Slavoski.
Okay.
And we got Phenoms in Action Jack Hughes.
Nice.
Not
So
bad.
a couple great ones there.
Pretty sure those phenoms are a bit tougher. Yeah?
You're not gonna believe it, Dan. Sorokin, Pedersen, another Bedard.
Oh my God, rip it.
It is.
I actually got a throwback card here. And if you look on the back, we actually have you could pull a Lemieux.
I like it.
Do you have that pack in your collection? The wrapper?
I don't have just the wrapper. Want to know why I don't have just the wrapper? Because I have a whole box of it sealed with all of them inside.
Oh, okay.
Because Lemieux's on the face of that box.
Oh, right. I remember that, yeah.
My buddy Tim over in Incarnito Sports sent me these. His video is going to drop on Monday, so
awesome.
Because I can't find them. They're pretty bricked, but we'll start out with Yuri.
Don't ask Chris. Chris can't say that.
Oh, that last name? No, absolutely not.
We got on the Stars, Trent Klatt.
Yep.
I like these ones because they have the cityscapes in the back.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I wish they would bring those back. They kind of remind me of the metal.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're
Then
too
we
lazy
got
to put graphics on the back, so.
Murray Craven from the Canucks. I like those Canucks jerseys.
Yes, the flying.
Oh, here you go.
What do we got? Hey,
Rick Tocchet.
Look at that.
And then on the back.
Oh, I didn't even take in. They put a different image of the player on the back, not just the cityscape. But
so they got the home and away as the old times would.
I love it. It's like they made 2 cards in one. God forbid they ever do that now.
Oh, and there you go. We got from your Penguins, Tom Barrasso.
There we go.
And then on the back, we have Barrasso on the Kings. Or no, Kelly Rudy.
Kelly Rudy. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that they even did that.
Oh, it's because there's 2 cards there. But there's the several. They got a nice shot of him shooting the puck there.
I like it.
That's so cool.
But yeah, we got Kelly Rudy.
Yep.
As we've seen. Oh, wow. We got another Kelly Rudy.
Wow.
We got Patrick Flattery. This is the Islanders card. You know what we do with Islanders card on this channel?
I can only imagine. Yeah, I thought so.
We throw them. We got nice.
You know what? As a Penguins fan, I respect that.
We got Wendell Clark. There's a nice one there.
Nice card.
And we have. They're so stuck together here. We got Jimmy Carson. Late night with Jimmy Carson. It's funny because the first picture he has a visor.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay. Looks like you didn't have a visor on the.
It doesn't look like a visor at all.
Here we go. Here's a great goalie, Grant Fuhr.
Nice. You got a goalie pack there
with the nice Niagara waterfall in the back. Here we go. This is every kid who played NHL '96. This is their go-to player, Brian Bellows. We got Adam Creighton.
This is a big pack. How many cards are in this pack?
Last one here.
That's an incredible amount of cards.
We have the Ottawa Senators head coach, Travis Green.
There you go. And because he's a Senators head coach and an Islander guy, see you later. There we go.
Problem.
Where it belongs.
And then we got these little fun packs. I don't know if you guys can get these, but these are the dollar store fun packs.
We definitely can.
You know, I actually
They're
used
fun.
to work.
He used to work at Dollarama.
I used to work at Dollarama.
Oh, nice.
The amount.
So you got the boxes you brought home.
I wish.
That's why we can't find them.
I wish I could get back stock. Not anymore.
I like these because you have a chance to get packs or whatever in them. Mm-hmm. And my buddies like them because I can send them to them for TTM fuel. So they can send off to a player to get signed.
Whenever I'd have like kids come in through Dollarama and they were like looking for the packs to buy the Dollarama packs, I would stop what I was doing. I would run over to them and I'll be like, hold on, let me help you. Because you can feel which ones have the card sleeves in them.
Oh, yeah.
Which ones have the packs in them. And I was like, buddy, you don't want the ones with the sleeves in them. Let me try to get you some with just the packs in them so you have a chance at getting.
Oh, I know the trick now.
Yeah.
Dig, that's the only proper way to play NHL.
So we actually got a pack in this one, so this is going to be
All
fun.
right.
So we got the 200 or 2010s.
Okay.
I think one of these ones I opened on the channel, I actually pulled a memorabilia card out of.
Really?
Damn.
It was a patch of Cam Atkinson.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. For $3?
So we got Nick Bonino.
There we go.
We got Jim Slater. And we got Travis Zajac. So those are pretty cool ones there.
Okay. Hey, DK. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, DK, have it your way. We got the 2020s.
2020s.
Here we go. Laffy rookie pull.
That'd be crazy.
Here's the Young Guns Laffy.
No way.
We got Tyson Berry.
All right.
We got Jan Hockenpah. And we got Jonathan Huberdeau. Sometimes you get lucky and you will get a young gun out of them. Then we just got 5 cards. It says 5 cards. That's it.
All right.
So we'll see what we got in here. We got an Eric Carlson. Wow, we got a Swedish card. Johan Davidson.
Oh,
We got Rob Brendamore. Peter Sabora. And we got Seth Jones. And last pack, we got the French variant of Pro Set.
Ooh.
I think these are only Canadian. I don't think the States can get these.
No, I don't think so.
But we'll see what we can get here. We got Mike Lohr. There we go. We got a mullet of Rick Tocchet.
Nice.
Damn.
We got Peter Cavelli.
Wicked.
There we go, from the Nordiques. We have a Stephen Finn.
Captain.
Probably the best jerseys, even
Those are
still
nice
to this
jerseys.
day.
I agree.
Callie Johnson. Paul Ranheim. Here we go. We were just talking about this guy. New York legend, Mike Richter.
Hey, there you go.
Then we got a Tim Cheveldayoff.
Nice.
Johan Gaparnoff. And for all you Leafs fans, we got Dougie Gilmore.
Hey,
And then look at that, we got Ron Francis.
nice.
We got Rick Tocchet. A lot of Rick Tockets
Yeah,
tonight.
you can start a Rick Tocchet PC at this point.
Kevin Stevens.
A lot of Penguins too.
Oh, these are nice. The old,
Ooh,
That's cool.
we have that one. And then we have the goalie dive and Terry Sawchuk.
nice. That's a pretty good. Honestly, for $3, not bad.
You guys got any more?
Yeah, we got about 4 or 5 more each. Nordiques Die Hard. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the sub.
Awesome. Thanks, Nordy. Appreciate it, buddy.
Chris, you can go because I know you're dying.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been hearing you ripping in the background.
In one of the packs I opened earlier, we got the Logan Cooley.
Oh,
motion
nice. He's
on.
going to be a great player.
I
I
agree.
think so too. Yeah. I was pre-ripping some packs here to make it easier. We got Rantanen,
Another
Joseph
roll.
Wool again, dupe, starting a Wool collection. How crazy would it be if we get a redemption?
I mean, this is the place to get it.
I still haven't seen anyone pull a free coffee yet.
True, and we were pretty good at that for a while.
We've gotten a donut 3 years running, just not this year yet.
Yeah, no donut. We got Darlene, Shane Wright on the pure gold.
Shane Wright's going to be great. Now he's going to have playing time. So,
You think so? I'm happy to hear that because we got a lot of his stuff.
We
yeah,
do.
he's going to be
Yeah.
great.
We got Werenski. It is really hard
It's
holding this up
very
to the
weird.
camera.
It's different, isn't
I
it?
have 3 years of experience not doing this.
Yeah. And I'm trying to not get in the light on it. Oh, there we go. Nick
Oh,
Suzuki.
Suzuki. I really like those inserts, the Canadian ones.
Yeah, it's nice.
They look really nice.
Nice design.
Dig pulled a coffee yesterday. Well, I think you're the only one who's pulled a coffee.
We got a Kopitar
Yeah.
Nice.
and an Austin Matthews on above the ice. I think that's a dupe as well. Didn't you get one?
Yeah, I did. Story of our life.
A lot of duplicates here.
Later, DK. Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
We got Kairu.
He's going to be a hell of a player.
What was that? Jack
Jordan
Eichel.
Kyrou.
The frozen hot shots.
I agree on the Kairu thing. I don't think anybody saw that coming either. Oh, how old is he?
Kyrou, I think he's like 25. He's still young.
Born in 98.
Yeah, it's a year younger than me. 26.
26, yeah.
Got Lucas Raymond. Owen Power on the True North.
He's going to be a good
Owen Power,
defenseman.
Good defenseman?
Yeah, he's going to be really good.
All right, this is the last pack I have. We got Raymond again. And frozen hot shots of Rantanen.
I got like 5 more packs, Dan.
Take
We
your
saved
time,
up
guys.
just for this.
Lucas Raymond again. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know, but
No.
CCB, every time, no matter what set he opens, he always pulls Lucas Raymond out of every pack.
Okay. It's not a terrible guy to have follow you. I've had, you know who followed me back in the day? Tommy Wingles. I can't tell you how many Tommy Wingles cards I pulled from out of San Jose. Oh my God. Every single product from 11-12. Evan Bouchard, JT Miller, and a True North.
Oh,
True
Mr. LTIR himself.
North. Yeah, for real.
The LTIR Vegas Golden Knights.
Mitch Marner, Aho, Crosby, frozen hot shots. I don't know if I
That's
have
a
that
nice
yet.
one.
I feel like you did.
I don't know.
I think you did.
I'll check. Got, I think 5-ish packs left now. All right. New Hook. Kairu again. Cousins on the True North.
Nice.
Let's get a good pull here.
Somebody's got to pull something good here.
Dan, I don't know if it's because you're so passionate, but this is my 3rd Bedard frozen hot shot.
Oh my God. It's no matter where I go, somebody always pulls them on my channel.
We opened 100 packs on one of our videos, didn't pull one of those. And now in these 10 packs, we've pulled 3.
I tell you, it's the Bedard curse. It's because I hate him so much.
Leo Carlson.
That guy's going to be really good, Leo Carlson.
I agree. Kurashev.
And that guy's really underrated, Philip Kurashev. Yeah, he's super underrated.
Hot shots of the Brinket. Nordique, Sid, top 5 player all time. I'm with you.
Barry Dan's a Bedard magnet. Yep, you can say that.
Nordique Diehard also said, can't go wrong with a Rantanen. So underrated. I agree completely. Fantastic player. Perfetti. McTavish. What's your thoughts on McTavish, Dan?
I love him.
Yeah?
He reminds me of an old school type of NHL player.
That's
He's
true.
going to be the next captain of the Ducks once Gudis leaves.
That's a good call, actually. I agree. And hot shots of Jack Hughes. Last pack.
And out of all the Hughes brothers, Quinn Hughes is the best one.
Quinn Hughes.
The
You know what?
defenseman in Vancouver.
I'll take that over Jack. Jack's a
Jack
forward,
can't
right?
stay healthy, and Luke,
Well, Luke's not in the same tier.
yeah.
Mitch again. Clayton Keller. Above the ice. Wow, I can't figure this out. Kaprizov.
Oh, Julie Farnham would love that.
Above the ice, Kaprizov. So
That's her PC guy.
Kaprizov?
Yeah. She has a lot of Kaprizovs, like a lot.
What do you think?
And
of
did you know that this is the first year Kaprizov signing on cards? He's never signed NHL cards.
I never
until
thought
this
of that,
year.
but now that I think of it, you're right.
Like, you've never seen any. I don't
Right.
know if it was something in his contract when he first came over
I don't know.
or what, but he did not sign.
Yeah, no, I mean, it happens sometimes in other sports too. I couldn't figure out why, but yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. I guess all this stuff is redemptions.
Yeah.
Mm.
And yes, but he didn't start signing till this year.
He's got a lot of signing to do then.
Yeah, he does. So I know, like, a lot of people like take cards to, like, when he was practicing and he would sign like that, but
Fair
like
enough.
as on cards, he
Yeah.
never did until this year.
Yeah. I wonder if that hurt his value in the hobby, because that 1920 product, he ended up being the biggest hit at the time.
Yeah,
But he never really snowballed past that year. People kind of moved on from him. I wonder if the autos is part of it.
maybe.
Makes sense.
Yeah, John says he signed TTMs.
Mm.
But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you for
was
having
a
us.
blast.
It was a great time.
Chat was rocking tonight. We had a great time. You guys are great tonight. I have first debut, first show.
Yes, first time
Thumbs
live
up, like-
podcast, no edit.
No edits. We don't edit here. It's just whatever comes out, comes out.
I liked it. I enjoyed it, and appreciate you, Dan. You're a great host, and chat, you guys are awesome too. It felt very comfortable. So hopefully we can be back sometime.
Oh, definitely. We'll get you guys back. As I want to say, just to close out here, thank you all in the chat. You guys know we aren't here. We all aren't here without you guys supporting and liking and everything. So I appreciate it. And remember, go check these guys out. The link's in the description. Go give them a sub and just let them know, hey, it's me from Dan's show. And I'm sure they'll write back and say, thanks for subbing or something. These
Absolutely,
are great
yeah,
guys,
sure.
great dudes. I really love what they do. They're great. And as a custom on this show, you guys, my guests close out the show. So we're going to pull you up onto the big screen and give you guys the huge
Okay.
screen here. And we'll let you guys give us the closeout of the show tonight.
So on our YouTube channel, when we finish, we always say the Pack Bros are the pack, so we're at a time. We'll see you guys later. But given that we're on Hockey Stick Talk Nation, what I'm going to say is, first of all, thank you, Dan. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Hockey Stick Talk Nation. But we're at a talk, so we're at a time. We'll see you guys later.
Awesome. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.